Hey, hi, good evening, everyone. Good evening, friends. Welcome back to our day 17 of the program on Power BI. So, we are almost close to our, the end of the program, right? So, we'll quickly understand what we have covered in the last session, friends. Then we'll start the actual session. So, in the last session, we started with, Python and R visuals, as well as you know tree map visual and map visuals. So all of these are being discussed. Yes. So I hope some of you have tried visualizing the data using Python script and R script. Okay, then in the same way we also discussed map visuals. So if you are working on geospatial data, if there is any column related to latitudes, longitudes, if not locations, okay, then we can go and use map visual or field map visual. Let me rename. Yes. So this is what we have understood in the last session, right? Excuse me. So today we are going to discuss a new topic because we have understood majority of the visualizations, yet some of them are pending. Still we'll discuss. Okay. So whatever we have discussed so far, all of these are important under the visualizations. And friends, don't just think of that, you know, we are going to learn all the visuals that are present in Power BI because there are hardly 200 to 300 visuals. So no one will be aware of all these visuals. Don't just assume that these are the visualizations that we have. No. So you see the ellipse. So when you click on ellipse, you'll get a few more options under which we have get more visuals, the first option. So when you click on this option, you'll get again you'll get a window in which it allows us to use the multiple visuals. But in order to use the other visuals that we have in Power BI, it will ask you to complete the sign. Okay, so it asks us to complete the sign in part. So our main goal is not to learn the other visualizations that we have, but we are supposed to make a dashboard, right? Whatever we have done so far, all of these are reports. A report is a page in which we have a single visual or multiple visualizations, right? So but a dashboard, can we make a dashboard in Power BI desktop? Whatever I'm using, this is Power BI desktop. It's an application of desktop, right? It's a desktop application, but our aim is to make a dashboard. How can we make a dashboard using, you know, how can we make a dashboard in Power BI? If you have a question, you cannot do it using Power BI desktop, friends. Okay, I'll quickly recap the first session, the day one. What are the six components that we have learned as part of the day one? Quickly tell me the six components of Power BI. Yeah, friends. Power BI components. Power Query Editor, good. For data transformation, for data cleaning. Okay. Then, okay. Power Pivot for data modeling. Then, Power View for visualizing the data. Power Map for geospatial data. Okay. Then Power BI Q&A. So AI-driven capability of Power BI, where we ask a question in terms of text, and it answers us in visual. What is the sixth component that we are missing out, friends? The sixth one, Power View, Power Map, all we discussed. It's not DAX, exactly. Power BI service. So far, we did not discuss Power BI service. So today we'll start understanding what is this Power BI service. Okay, right. In order to make a dashboard in Power BI, okay, using Power BI, if you want to make a dashboard, so you cannot do it in Power BI desktop. The only option that we have is, you know, going. It's not the only option, but when you are in learning journey, when you are in learning stage, you can do it using Power BI service. Okay, it's a web-based application of Power BI, and for that you have to open any of the browser. Okay, so let me go with mine. So I'm using Google Chrome. Okay, so friends, I request everyone to focus because this process I'll be very slow. It's not like directly you jump in and do the sign in process. It does not allow, or it does not take personal IDs. So how are we going to sign in? How are we completing the process of sign in is using temporary IDs. Okay, so I request all of you to focus. It's better even if you do parallelly with me also, that's fine. But anyhow, this session is anytime available on the YouTube, right? So just focus. So open any of the browser and you know open a tab and keep it as app.app.powerbi.com. So I repeat, app.powerbi.com. Then click on enter. Okay, so this is the site, or this is the site where we get where we are supposed to create an account using our ID and start working on Power BI service. Okay, but I'll not do in the same way because I have done many times and it has recognized the system. So I'll go in incognito mode. I do the same way, but not using the general browser. I'll go it in an incognito mode. I'm changing the mode. Okay. The link will be same, friends. app.powerbi.com. Because in incognito it does not fetch the history and all. We cannot save. It does not save the things. Right. app.powerbi.com. After clicking on enter, you'll get this pop-up. Okay, where you are supposed to enter your mail ID. Let's give a try. I'll go with my personal ID. I'll go with my personal ID. Then I'll click on submit. See what's happening. What is a message it have thrown? What is a message it is displaying? This mail ID looks like a personal mail address. Enter your work address so we can connect you with others in your company. But it understood that whatever the mail that we have provided is a personal ID, is a personal address, and it's not allowing us to complete the sign-in process. It is asking us for a company address, company mail. But what if we are not working? Assume that you are practicing Power BI. Okay, so then in that case, if you are an employee, you'll have a professional address. You'll have an employee mail ID, and you can go with it. But what if it in this case? In this case, how can you address the problem? Is Open one more tab and keep it as temp mail. I'll be very slow because I'll not repeat the process again and again. Just focus. Keep it as temp mail. So then click on enter. So you see the first link. Temp mail is a site. It's an organization which allows us to have temporary IDs, temporary mails. Okay. So click on temp mail link. So you see here, your temporary email address will be it's loading. In this box, you'll get the mail address, and it is temporary. It is temporary. So what you are supposed to do? Copy it. After copying, don't close this tab, friends. Why? I'll discuss. Don't close the tab. Go back to the same link again. Okay. I'll go back. So here, instead of my personal one, I'll give the temp ID. Is it clear? First, you are supposed to get a temp ID. Okay. A temporary mail ID you are supposed to get. Copying the mail ID from the tempmail.org. Open app.powerbi.com in the other tab and paste the same address in the box. Once the mail ID is provided, click on submit. But friends, don't close this tab. Make sure you don't close this tab. Okay, right. Then after clicking on enter, it understood that it's because whatever we have provided, it is assuming that this characters as a company. Generally, how do you have company mails is your name, your whatever might be your ID, okay, or your name at the rate company.com. So this will be the domain. The domain will be your company's name, right? Yes. So you see, it understood that it's a company mail address and it is asking you what kind of mail is the mail that you have provided. Never select it as it's my personal mail. Again, the same story returns. So go with I got it from my organization. Select I got it from my organization. Then click on next. So what did we do? After providing the temporary ID, it will ask you to select whether it is your personal ID or your company's one. Okay, make sure you select that you got the mail ID from company, the organization. Then it is going to create an account for you, friends. So you see some asterisk marks. So that means these fields are mandatory. You're supposed to provide the fields. Okay, you are supposed to provide the values for the mandatory fields. Again, the question is, Akhil, should we provide our original details or should we go with any, you know, uh, alternative one? It's up to you. Generally, I'll provide my original. Okay, so see my first name, then my last name. Okay, then country region. I'm not going to change. I'll keep it as is. Okay, then it is also asking my business phone number, so I'll just keep it as some number. How many numbers do I get? Three. Some number. Okay, so or you can also provide your own number, friends. Okay, you can provide your number as is. That's not at all an issue because I have provided my number many times. I don't want to repeat it again and again, so I'm going with a new number. Okay, then it is asking us to create a password. So before this, I'll do one thing. Make sure you paste the ID that you have copied, somewhere. It might be anywhere even in your mobile, or you make a note of that mail id in a book or wherever it is. Okay, then also the password. So I have given my password, then I'm confirming the same. Done. Okay, then verification code. What is this verification code? Are we going to get any verification code to for this number? No. Don't assume in that way. Verification code will be sent to the mail ID. So this mail ID is temporary one, Akhil. How can I open it? That's why, friends, don't close off this tab immediately, because this is the temporary ID that will be generated only once in it may not open for other one at the same time. It's a temporary id. Okay, and you cannot get the same one when you open it in the next time. So where is the inbox for this mail id is? Scroll down. When you scroll down, you'll have an inbox. So the sender and the subject. So this is my verification code, 605629. Okay, so provide the verification code as well, then click on check in the box. Okay, so better type your password as well. So whatever the password that you have used, make sure that you also provide the password, because when you, why am I asking you to store the id and the password is, these credentials will be active for the coming 14 days. Okay, it will be active for the coming 14 days. So if not, if you don't save the credentials, you have to do the same process whenever you are going to open service, Power BI service. Okay, so it does not work, right? See, every time, if you want to make a dashboard, every time are you going to create a new ID? You can, because this is free of cost. No one is going to charge you. But what about the process? Right? So that is the reason generally what we do is, what I suggest you is, you store the, or you save the mail ID and password somewhere, whatever it might be. You save the password and the mail ID, and then you can use these credentials for the next 14 days. Right? Then click on next, and finally click on get started. Done. You're done. Mm, so there is some issue with this page. I'm doing it again. Yep, I'm done. You see, friends, the ID that I have used was successfully registered, and this is how Power BI service looks like. This is Power BI service. Towards the left side, to the corner, at the middle, you see all the icons: home, create, browse, one lake, okay, apps, metrics, workplace, and my workspace. Okay, so this is where your workspace, this is your workspace where you have all the folders, okay, and the items that you have published from desktop. Right, once if you're done here, go back to Power BI desktop. Okay, go back to Power BI desktop, then click on sign in. Just read it. Power BI desktop, this one and Power BI service work better together. Okay, sign in to enhance your collaboration and access organizational content. It means until unless you sign into Power BI desktop, you cannot publish your work to your organization people. Okay, if you don't sign into Power BI desktop, you cannot publish your work to Power BI service. And if you cannot publish to Power BI service, none of the organization people can have a look on your content. Okay, so for that we have to sign in using the same ID. Same ID will be used, mail ID, then click on continue. Click on continue. So it will be a bit slow at this moment. Then give the same ID, okay, for signing in. Then click on next. The password, then click on sign in. You'll get a pop-up windows asking you like stay signed in to all your apps. So into all your Microsoft apps. Okay. Would you like to sign in with this mail ID? No. It should not be like, right? No. Sign into this app only. Only for Power BI, we should use these credentials. So click on no, sign into this app only. Once if you are done with the process, you will see your name. The name that was registered with this ID will be displayed on the desktop. See, you are done? Yes, I'm done. Now I can publish my work from Power BI desktop to Power BI service. I hope it's very clear. And friends, this credentials that I have will be active only for 14 days. Why? The reason is the ID that we have got, that it has generated, will be active for only 14 days, friends. Okay, again after 14 days, if you want to use the Power BI service, repeat the same process should be repeated. Okay, right. So let me publish my work from Power BI desktop to Power BI service. What is the process? In the home ribbon, okay, in the home tab itself, you'll have multiple ribbons. Under one of the ribbon, you'll see publish, nothing but share. Okay, so click on publish option. Before that, you are supposed to save it. I have saved. I'm done. Yes. Now it is asking you to select a destination where you would like to publish your work. So in this, if you see, I have only my workspace. Okay, so to my workspace, I would like to publish my work. Click on my workspace, then click on select. See, is it done? Yes, it is success. Okay, so it's done. Then click on got it. You go back to Power BI service. Under Power BI service, go back to my workspace. You will find the reports. You'll find the report. What is the name of the file, friends? The name of the file is data visualization. You should find the same name. Yes, it is data visualization. Okay, what is it It's a report, right? It's a report. So what I'll do is I'm clicking on data visualization. So this will show me the list of pages that are available. This will give me the information regarding the pages that are available. See, table and matrix visuals, bar and column visuals, 100% stacked bar, line chart, combo chart, pie chart, funnel chart, Power BI, Ah, one more thing. Especially Python, R, and map visuals. Map visuals. Okay. So these options will be disabled for some IDs. These temporary IDs that we are using. Okay. So as we have used it for the sign-in process, only for Python, R, and map visuals, for some IDs, it will be disabled. Okay, so because of that, you cannot visualize the same visual in Power BI service. But I can visualize the same here, right? You see here. Hmm. Previously, I'm able to visualize, but after sign in, I'm unable to visualize. That is because of, you know, access denied for this domain. So what is the process? Simple. You have to change the temporary ID. Keep on changing. At some time, you'll get the ID where for which you'll have the access. Even if you have read this statement, you see, map and field map visuals aren't enabled for your organization. Contact your tenant admin to fix. So this is not, as it is not our original company ID. We cannot contact anyone, right? So the only option is changing the temporary ID. Okay, don't get worried, friends. For majority of the IDs, these map visuals and Python visuals will be disabled. Okay, just don't get worried. But when you are doing it the same in the real world, you'll have the access. Okay, now let us not worry about these. I'll talk about the rest of the visuals that we have. So these are the different pages that we have. Now the question is, how should I make a report? Is what we have understood. How should I make a dashboard? Is the question. How should I make a dashboard? So we'll make a dashboard, friends. Earlier, if you remember, we were discussing, I have told you that making a dashboard is very simple. Isn't it? Yes, it's very simple. Okay, then how can we make a dashboard is, you see, whatever the charts, whatever the tiles that you feel that are important, pin them to the dashboard. Okay, for example, you see this table chart? Yes. When you hover your mouse onto the table chart, whatever the chart might be, you will have some options here. Like the options that we get for a report. In under report also you'll get the options, right? In the same way, we'll get options in service also. When you're working Power BI service, you'll get the same options. Okay, see, the same sorting. So everything we have the same options in Power BI desktop. Let us not worry about them. Then how can I make a dashboard is a question. If you feel that this table chart is very important for you, you are supposed to select pin visual. Select pin visual. When you click on pin visual, you'll get a pop-up window. Again, it will ask you to select an dashboard. Select an existing dashboard or create a new one. I don't have any existing one. I'll go with a new dashboard. Where would you like to pin it? To the existing one? See, it's disabled. The reason is I don't have anything. Or new one. I would like to go with the new one, and the name of the new one is sample dashboard. Okay, my name of the dashboard is sample dashboard. Then click on pin. That's it. Okay, after clicking on pin, you will see a notification. The visualization has been pinned to your dashboard. You can create a mobile layout to optimize. I'll talk about more about this, but you can clear all the notifications if you don't want to have it. So this is done. In the same way, I'll go to one more page. If I feel this is important, again, pin to the click on pin visual, the same window opens, the pop-ups, and it is asking you. So previously this existing dashboard is disabled, now it's enabled. So would you like to pin to the same existing dashboard, sample dashboard, or would you like to go with the new dashboard? You select. I want to go with the existing dashboard only. And from the list you are supposed to select. It's sample dashboard, the one that I have. Okay, I'll click on pin. It's done. Is it that much easy? Yes. To be honest, making reports will consume time, but making a dashboard, it does not consume time. It is very easy, just pinning the required tiles, required visuals. Okay, right. So this is not, I don't feel this is required. I'll ignore it. But okay, this is making sense. Let us also pin it. The same process, done. Combo chart, no. Pie chart, yes. Pin it. Whatever you feel that it's important, whatever you feel that you'd like to have it in your dashboard. Okay. And the final story part, you have to pin those tiles to the dashboard. See, just click on that pin option. Okay, this is called pin, right? Then funnel chart, not required. And anyhow, for me, for my credentials that I'm using, Python R visuals as well as map visuals, they are not, you know, I'm unable to visualize them because of the access that I have for the credentials. Probably I'll not worry about that, but tree map, I'll pin. So tell me, how many visuals did we pin so far? One is tree visual, tree map. The second one is pie chart. Third is line chart. Then fourth is you know bar, stacked bar, and fifth is table chart. So are we done? Yes, we are done. But where is the dashboard? So far, whatever we have done is just pinning, friends. Pinning is done. But where is the dashboard? You go back to the same options. See, here in Power BI desktop, you'll have the options towards right side, left side, right? In the same way, towards the left side only, you'll have the options. Go to My Workspace again. If you go to My Workspace, you scroll down, you'll have the dashboard ready. And how do you say it is a dashboard? Look after the type. It's a dashboard. And what is the name? My name of the dashboard that I have given is sample dashboard. Let me click on sample dashboard. See, it's done. It's done. What is the point that we have discussed with respect to reports and dashboard? In report level, in report level, charts interact with each other. Is it interacting with other pages? No. Within the same page, It interacts between the tiles, one chart to the other. Okay, I'll do the same. This is dashboard, right? I'll do the same on any one of the chart. Are they interacting? No, they're not interacting. When you click on any one of the tile which is present in a dashboard, it is redirecting us to the page from where it was actually pinned. Okay, again I'll go back. See, sample dashboard. Probably this time I'll go and select office chair. Are they interacting? No. So the difference, tiles in dashboard doesn't interact, whereas in report level, the charts, the tiles get interact with each other. Understood? That is a difference that we have discussed earlier. So we have practically observed it as well. Got it? Yes. Then I'll also talk about other options that we have in the same dashboard. Okay, so we discussed Power BI Q&A. Yes, Power BI Q&A was being discussed. The same Q&A option you'll have it here as well. I'll go back. See, this is the visualization symbol that we have for Power BI Q&A, and you see here you're supposed to ask a question about the data so that the Power BI Q&A gets active and it visualizes the data in the form of a visual. The result, the output will be a visual, and you can use it if it is helpful. If you feel that it is helpful, if it is something really making sense, use it in your dashboard as well. If not, ignore. You see some suggestions, so I'll click on show all suggestions. Probably let me use any one of them. See, what is the total quantity of the products that got sold? Obviously, it will be a number. So it's a measure 491. If not, you specify using this is card visual, right, friends? Because for card new visual, you'll have the borders. Let's see. Card new visual. It's unable to take. Okay. Using bar chart. So you can also specify the visualization. Whatever you feel that you know that specific visualization, if you are interested, you can specify the visualization for your required chart. I don't want to have it as a measure. By default it is giving me a card visual, but if you want something else, go with it. Okay, right, let me go with the right again. One more, we'll try one more. So one question that I'm expecting from your side. Come on friends, give me some kind of questions that we can ask. Q&A. Manager by total amount. We have different managers and different amounts. What is the amount that we got from each and every manager? These are the sales managers that we have working at different locations, so I can compare their performance. See, you can specify. So this is giving you, by default it's giving you a bar chart. You can specify by column chart, but keep it clear. Okay. So I understood that, when I keep my question very clear, the output will be very clear because it understands in a right way and it displays the output in a right way. And one more thing that you're supposed to see here is, isn't it the same Power BI desktop UI? It's same, right? See, it's using a clustered column, right? If not, you can use pie chart. See, you can do the formatting. The same options are available, friends. The same options are available. Okay, so this is again nothing but Power BI desktop UI. Once if you feel probably okay, anyways, it is mentioned over here, right? Anyways, I'll ignore this, ignore the formatting options and all. I'll not discuss those again and again. So I feel this important. Okay, so this is important for me. If I feel in that way, you can pin the visual. When you click on the pin visual option, again it will ask you where would you like to pin. The same dashboard? Yes, done. Once if you are done using Q&A, click on exit Q&A. So scroll down, it's manage your performance. Understood, right? Then we also have few more options. Probably okay, I'll talk about all these, but before talking about these options, I have to go and discuss about the options that are available for the pages. Okay, so it's very simple. You understood, right? We have created a dashboard, but this is just a sample one. We'll make it beautiful. Okay, so we can create a beautiful dashboard, but before that we have few more things to understand. We'll complete that part and we'll be back. I'll go back to the data visualization, nothing but the pages. Okay, the work that we have published to Power BI service. Okay, so here again I see multiple options. The first one is file. Under file we can have, this particular page can be saved as a copy. Okay, if not, you can download the file. This entire file can be downloaded. You can manage the permissions. So between an organization, you can control the permissions, right? Not everyone will have the access for all the sheets or for all the work access. Then you can print the page. If not, you can embed. What is this embed report is, for example, if you feel that probably okay, so if this chart is beautiful, if you feel that you're supposed to have this chart somewhere in some website. Okay, so if that is the case, you can also embed, friends. Click on embed report, then click on publish to web. Okay, so it will ask you so okay, anyways, for me it's denying the access. I don't have the access, but in general, when you work in an organization, you can have the access where you can embed the page. Embed this visual to your required URL. Okay, so probably when you're comparing. Okay, so in such cases, in those websites, you can have these styles embedded. Right. Next to file, we have export. We can export this entire pages to Excel for analysis. Then you can also convert it as a PPT or PDF. So I'll do it one. I'll make it as PDF. I'll show it to you. See, again, it is asking me. When I select PDF, only the current values means only this page or the default. I'll go with the default. And Only the current page or exclude hidden report tabs. Okay, I'll this is disabled. I'll go with the current values, then click on export. See, within probably a few minutes, the entire report gets exported to a PDF. It's taking time. It's done. It's done. So the PDF is here. So you can also convert to the required format, friends. See, okay. So I can have all of them in a PDF. In the same way, PPT and all. I'll go back. Then next to export, we have share. So this is important exactly because you can share your work. So for me, it's not allowing, but friends, when you some people will have, okay, depending on the domain that they get, so they'll have the access to share the work, okay, so across the organization colleagues, across the employees, okay, across your team, you can share your work, okay. Then subscribe. So for me, it's not it's not allowing me to do anything. But in general, you have the options when you do it in the real world. Okay, you can make some subscriptions. If not, you can add, you can set some alerts. So all these options are generally enabled when you work as a real-time employee, okay, as an analyst or say Power BI developer, okay. So you'll have all the options, you'll have the access for all the options, but in general for free, for the temporary IDs, if they start providing these, probably they'll not get the benefits, right? So apart from these, we have edit option. What exactly this edit option does is, when you click on edit, you are free to edit this, you can modify the uh, time. So I'll just click on it, have a look. See what happened. The moment we clicked on edit, it has again gave the same UI of Power BI desktop. You can change it, friends. Start. You can change the options. You can change the formatting things. Okay. You can do all the required things, whatever you feel. Again, you're back to the formatting stage. Okay, whatever might be, you can work on any of the chat, not only that single chat, any chat, right? So where is this? Once if you are done, so again you see reading view, mobile layout, open data model. So mobile layout is where I'll talk about this tomorrow probably, because we don't have enough time. Once if you are done, you can save this. Assume that you have changed. Okay, if you change this visual, you are supposed to save it, then go back to reading view. So you'll be back. Okay, I'll not discuss about co-pilot thing and all, because it is again a different story. So this is how you'll have the options to even change. Okay, assume that you have did not perform well. Okay, for assume that there are some changes that you are supposed to do in this table chat. Again, you need not come back, do here, then publish. Not required. You can go to the required tile, okay, required visual, then click on edit. Okay, so you'll get the same user interface of Power BI desktop, the same options. Even the options doesn't change. Okay, once if you're done, make sure that you save the visual and click on reading mode. So you can have all the visuals at the single place. Okay, so probably when you're adding a subscription, make sure you give different time zones. Okay, add it to multiple users. Then what else can be done? So try accessing. You get a subscription on every Monday or every day, if possible, depending on the weekday or weekend. It depends upon your requirement. Okay, so it's not allowing me for my credentials that I have used, but that's what we have discussed, right? So this ID will be temporary. Whatever I get and whatever you guys we are going to get will be completely different. The domain will change, friends. When the domain changes, the permissions, the access will get changed. So these are the key important aspects for the introduction of Power BI service. And probably we also have created a sample dashboard by just pinning the required visuals. And you know we will make sure that we also create a new dashboard by connecting to live streaming data in the next class. Okay, how should or what are the different options that we have for a tile? Okay, what else can be done, we'll discuss in dashboard level also, right? So probably I'll stop it here and I'll take up your questions so that you know this is, yep. If it is taking time, at the end of the day it will be done. Sometimes it delays, no worries. Even when I have tried today morning, there is a lot of, I think, issue at the place. Microsoft is facing some kind of issue, so that did not allow me to do the same thing. For it took a lot of time for me as well. That's okay. Okay, sometimes because of some other issues they feel a glitch. That's what I was telling you. See, friends, why did I save the credentials is, you know, if I want to open Power BI service again in next class, one thing is I have to do the same process from start. If not, I'll use the same credentials, right? So make sure you save the credentials, ID and password wherever you want. Okay, so you save the ID, mail ID, and the password so that these credentials will be used to log into your Power BI service for the next 14 days. If not, you are supposed to repeat the same process time again. Okay, I hope it's clear, right? Yes. So just give me a minute. So, how was the session? Enjoyed? Is it useful? Hmm. So, if you feel the session is great, yep, the next 14 days you'll have it open. Post 14 days, you cannot access for that mail. You are supposed to use one more. One more temporary ID should be used for using Microsoft Power BI service. Right. So, friends, if you feel the session is great and if you feel it is very good, going and all. Just provide your valuable feedback in the link that was provided, that was shared to you. And before you leave, just give a like, then also share across your sources. Okay, we'll continue further in the upcoming class. We'll discuss, because I don't expect any kind of that's why, see, when you are not working in a real time, especially say if you're not exactly working as an analyst or you know data related fields, you generally don't have the access. Even though if you have an id, you will not have the access for Power BI. So even there, in that situation also, in that scenario also, you'll face a issue. That is the reason we have come up with an alternative uh, you know solution. It's using temporary id. Okay, so share across your friends, even whoever is required. Just convey the same message so that at least they'll start working on Power BI service. They'll be trained, right? Yeah. Offline. I did not get you, friend. What do you mean by offline? Should I, or else do one thing. Whenever you are free, just ping, give us a call on the number. Already the number was shared, right? You can give a call on the number. Is it clear? Hmm. Huh. So, if you have any kind of questions, I mean, with respect to the teaching part and all, you can just give a call on the number. We'll discuss so that I can understand what exactly is your requirement. Got it? All right. So, friends, I'll conclude the session here. I hope we had a great evening today. Got some good information with respect to Power BI. And day by day, we are growing slowly and steadily. I request everyone to continue hands-on the practice by completing the required topics that we have covered so far. Right. So we'll connect in the next session. Until then, take care. Have a great day. Signing off. See you.